brutal, without mercy. But you will be worse. Rip and tear until it is done.
Doom: The Dark Ages is the latest and greatest FPS game from the company that shadow drops remasters of their old games because they've got it like that. Todd Howard was barred from entering the office while The Dark Ages was in development, which I can discern from the fact that the game actually ran on day one. In The Dark Ages, you play as Jonathan Quaverius Doom Guy before the events of Doom 2016 and Eternal. Before he was the Doom Guy, he was just Guy, being used as a Super Saiyan puppet by the evil white people of heaven. In this video, we will Swiss cheese the ops, ear-rape them with our JBL Bluetooth speaker, bitch slap the final boss twice, and ultimately figure out that the Dark Ages were actually the friends we made along the way. The weapons of this game range from grenade launcher, medieval torture device with a trigger, fossilized baseball bat, and Bob. Hi Bob. In terms of normal chainsaws, we have no normal chainsaws. But fret not, my fellow unemployed demure girl bosses. You can throw haymakers for ammo, or how about smacking them with a mace as to not get your nails dirty, or even Taco Bell gong sound effect.mp3. Anything you need, it's yours, my friend. Guns. The combat shotgun feels like you're busting a fat nut every time you shoot it. If you're a girl, substitute that for the feeling of beating your boyfriend when he comes home from work. We love to see women in male-dominated spaces. You want to burn demons, or fire 3 shots at once? How about both? How about making them fucking explode? Design-wise, the Rail Spike Shredder goes hard on cap for real no god. Fill demons' heads with lead, then reduce, reuse, and recycle them into a fragmentation grenade. The Rail Spike Impaler actually fulfills a similar function to the Ballista, despite not being an energy weapon. 3 nails to the head can take most mid-level demons down. Shoot demons in the head? Yes. Slow down time so you can stab them in the brain more accurately? I think so. Psych! Did you really think I was about to pick a slow-mo perk in a Doom game? What am I, a homosexual? The Plasma Accelerator. The Plasma Cycler works exactly the same way, but it has 2 barrels for maximum destruction. It's also so heavy that it negates its own recoil. The Skull Crusher Pulverizer instantly had me wet upon seeing it for the first time. Oh my god, this is the coolest fucking gun I've ever seen. But when I thought they couldn't possibly make it any better. The Skull Crusher Ravager low-key made me squirt all over my laptop. Niggas be like, it cannot feel that good. Yes it can, and it fucking does. A more compact, thicker version of the Pulverizer. A gun that chops up skulls and uses them as ammo. Why don't they use the other bones? Why just the skulls? Cause it's fucking cool. So just so you know, I've finished the game, and as of writing this, I'm going back through to grab gameplay footage and the collectibles. As of now, I still have next to zero idea what niche in the gameplay loop the Reaver Chain Shot is supposed to fulfill. This thing has no alternate weapon, and it just exists and hogs an entire weapon slot to itself because it can. But the sound of bones crunching every time I shoot it is just so satisfying. I don't really think I can put it into words any feeling about the rocket launcher that isn't already conveyed through hearing the words rocket launcher. This shit hits harder than 40% of lesbian couples. That's my domestic abuse joke done for this video. I'll be here all week. Grenade launcher. Insert a somewhat offensive joke here. The BFC, or Big Fucking Cock, is devastatingly powerful, but it's also weird because usually I'd miss on purpose with a BFG to maximize travel time, but now I just look like a dumbass. Let's be honest. One thing everyone should know is that attaching a chainsaw to a weapon instantly makes it cool as fuck. You don't just block damage with the shield. Hurl it like a beer bottle at a disobedient child. Use it as a grappling hook to find secrets or just slice zombies in half because you feel like it. Bitch slap the final boss. Chop a demon in half like a tree stump. This thing rivals the Super Shotgun in how cool it is. Speaking of, the Super Shotgun. Whether this gun is good can make or break a Doom game in my opinion. And I'm delighted to inform you that it is, indeed, good. You already know the deal. Turn demons into Swiss cheese at close range, turn into a squirt cannon at long range. Normal video game stuff. The sheer amount of power stuffed into this thing is frightening. During the advertisement phase for the Dark Ages, the developers said that in this game you'd feel more like a tank. That was a lie. I'm not a tank. I sexually identify as Captain America. Block all the damage. Parry all the hits. Need more ammo? Whack. Need to get across a large hole or obstacle? Whack. whack. Need to destroy a missile launcher? Whack. Doom Guy moves around like a Ford F-150, aka the Child Flattener. Every time you jump, you hear 400 pounds of armor hitting the ground. You will not be jumping around like a trapeze artist and dashing midair in this game. You will sit there, you will see a bright green plasma bolt coming straight at you, and you will parry it or you will die. This game is like Doom 2016 and Enter the Gungeon had a baby while Dark Souls was sitting in the cuck chair. Back in the ancient era of 2020, to level up you had to find these gay ass crystals, but as real manly men with testosterone and cock and balls, we all know that you don't get power from these crystals. You get power the same way billionaires do, ripping out hearts and absorbing their life energy. But what if I want to upgrade my weapons though? Well, instead of just finding the mechanism to turn a rocket launcher into a full auto rocket launcher lying in the middle of an abandoned train station, we now scavenge for shinies like the crows we all are on the inside. The enemies in this game all look horrifying because they've all been given that Netflix adaptation treatment. Some of the many breeds of failed abortions that you'll be forced to put down are new Caco Demons, the Hell Knights, the Mancubi that look exactly the same, Hog Rider from Clash of Clans, the average 6'1" male, and more. And I also took all of the Archvilles out back and sent them to a farm upstate with my chainsaw. No need to thank me. The bosses in this game are pretty much on par with bosses from other Doom games. There are 3 final bosses, 4 if we count Squidward over here. Skip this part if you actually care about Doom's story because we're gonna speed through it real quick. So Doom Guy is actually being used for his body by this old guy, but he low-key doesn't fuck with him like that, so he breaks free of his alien holy mind control through sheer force of will.
It would appear that the Slayer no longer wishes to be detained here.
Thera is one of the Sentinels, and she wants to trust the Slayer to side with them, and does a rain dance to give Doom Guy the power to upgrade his shield. Not sure why he needed magic to remember that he has a shoulder-mounted turret, but we're moving on. Then she gets kidnapped, and Doom Guy fucking dies. The evil white guy from hell, not the one from heaven, they're actually ops, used Thera for her body as a living battery to power his siege.
And also she had some powerful artifact inside her the entire time. This is kinda sus, not going to lie.
But Doom Guy isn't really rocking with the feng shui of hell and comes back to life after the Sentinels cover him in ketchup to revitalize and moisturize his skin. The first is Bishop Creed, who was actually just a bunch of bugs and a robot pretending to be a dude the entire time. And he would have gotten away with it too if we hadn't beat the ever-loving fuck out of him. This boss fight was the most fun for me because it actually required me to move around and use my kit. He then rescues Thera, who now has BPD, and a giant tentacle for some reason. The next fight is the old one. He's just a big squid guy. This boss fight was the worst, but it was still pretty fun. Next we have Prince Azarak, who basically just has a really long stick, which he uses to penetrate us without our consent, and to kill our dog. So you already know we've got to chase him down for the run back. But when we get there, Prince Azarak is cowering in his room with his homegirl. This boss fight is basically the same, except you can only shoot the one that isn't shielded. Once we kill his homegirl, it's basically over for him. Overall, I would have to say that the Bishop Creed was the best boss. Azarak just makes you parry over and over again, and the Witch just makes that slightly more annoying. Feel free to leave my home address in the comments if you disagree. As orgasm-inducing as this game is, unfortunately, it is ultimately a human creation, which means it can never be perfect. I have been glazing the DNA off of this game, so please let me bitch and moan about it for a second. Have you ever played a Doom game and been like, damn, I really wish there was a large open field right here? Well, oh boy, do I have a game for you, my friend. The open world segments hit different when the entire population of Florida is charging at you with intent to kill, but once you finish ripping out their intestines, you're left covered in blood with a feeling of regret, just like me when I spy joggers running along Blue Park Avenue between the hours of 4 and 5 a.m. Anyways, if you're looking for collectibles after you've already slaughtered all the demons on the map, have fun walking from one end of the map to the other to unlock all the secrets. This isn't the case for every level, but it is the case for enough of them that it gets annoying. You guys are gonna disagree with me on this one, but I actually think the mech levels are actually too fast. You don't feel like a massive hulk of metal, you feel like a Fortnite character shuffling side to side. A lot of the titans that you fight don't recoil like they just got hit with 10 tons of metal. I get it, the guy with the shield doesn't flinch, but Bone Club McGee just tanks my rocket punch like he's Superman? Why am I being aura farmed by an NPC? I hope if this game gets DLC, they do more with the mech gameplay, because it goes hard. And more models, more weapons, more enemies, and more cosmetics. Nah, I was just kidding about that last one. All that will go incredibly hard. Hell, mech PvP might even go hard. Also, there are no mastery levels, only mastery challenges. Not having a New Game Plus equivalent mode in 2025 is kind of annoying, especially with the $70 price tag. Like, you thought I wasn't going to bring that up in this video. So, after glazing the donut off of this game, should you open your wallet and exchange currency for the privilege to play it? Yes. In a world where $70 can get you either 7 frozen pizzas, 1 copy of Concord, or 2 skins from the Fortnite item shop, I'd have to be stupid to tell you not to buy this. Get it on Game Pass if you're broke like me, play it next to your Christian mother and explain how Doomguy is actually an allegory for Jesus Christ so she doesn't kick you off the couch and tell you to get a job. Play it at your PTSD-riddled grandpa's house and watch as he starts breaking it down to this holy soundtrack, which I will not be glazing because id Software did Mick Gordon dirty, but it is good. That's all for now. Stay tuned. New videos coming soon. This one just took a while because I'm currently on the hunt for the mythical artifact people refer to as employment. My Instagram, TikTok, and Discord are in the description. I'm in the process of rebooting my Twitter account, and until next time, have a great day and a good night.
I was just a kid in the suburbs doing alright. Then I became a young nigga overnight. When I catch Lil Shh, it's gonna be on site. 4, 5s and ARPs. Up in the trenches with my new family. And a gang that's built on loyalty.